Good afternoon. Coming to you at 1700 hours, 13 minutes, Thursday, January 31st, 2019. Today, I have to do this one first before I do my gay propaganda next video. And I still have to do the who's the elitist of America. I'm still doing research on that because I want to get as much research done. And for the video I made earlier about the NBA politics, and because it's an hour and 40 minutes, 41 minutes, or 30 minutes, is it? I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it and put timestamps and timelines on the video and what I was talking about yet. Excuse me for that. I just, I was letting that, I had dozed off too. I had just woke up alone, but I wanted to do this one first before I did the gay propaganda, and I'm going to still do the timeline, this timestamp. So even if you watched it and you didn't watch the whole thing, you can go to the timestamp and timeline to see where I left off. I titled this one Ma, Fa, Mother, Father, Matri, Patri, Masc, and Fem, Feminine and Masculine. This is why this is so important. Please walk along with me as I explain what I'm talking about and how it is very counterproductive. It's not productive. It's unproductive. And why is it words and trans important? Okay, the mother. The mother has the woman is the mother. The woman is the most important gender on the earth. The male, the female, the femme, the female is the most important gender on the earth because she has to carry the baby 9 months and she has to incubate the baby for 9 months in her womb. So if we think about who's more important, and now let's go to the father. All he doing is laying down his seed. His seed is important, but his seed get implanted into the woman. Think about that. Now, I'm not saying one is better than the other, but think about that. They can use my seed later down. I can reserve my seed, and they found a way to reserve my seed, and then they can implant it into a woman later. So is the man needed? Yes. But do the man has to be there to implant my seed? No. Think about that. Think about how other species, even the plants, the ecosystem of the ecosystem of life. Some animals and some insects, she releases her eggs and he inseminate them later. And if you look at the seahorse, the male carried the baby according to them, but his insemination is still required. He's the ultimate, the seahorse is the ultimate protector of all the animals in the world because the woman, she carried the eggs and he inseminate them and he protects them dearly to their hatch. What we should do, we supposed to protect our woman and provide. That's why it don't has nothing to do with money. If we just throw money out the door, we throw everything out the door. Just have the plain and simple man and woman, the male and female, and the mother and the father. The one who inseminates and the one who carries and incubates. That rhyme. The one who inseminates, the one who carries and incubates. So now we're thinking about the mother. She and her whole time in the 9 months, things that she go through, her chemical balance, her pH balance. So think about how I was talking about the balance of chemicals in your body, man and woman. Why is that important? Think about that. If she is off and she's carrying a child, we gotta remember now, think about this. The essence of who she are or who she is being passed through her to the baby in the womb. Think about this. So imagine if she getting abuse. Now the father. Imagine now the father side, he has to protect and to provide. Okay? He's going out, getting everything they need while she's incubating their baby. while she's giving the essence of her into the baby. The baby's already in her. Now she has to do things within balance to keep the baby healthy. We all want healthy babies. There's no age of stopping you from having a baby. As long as you're healthy and as long as you are doing the correct thing and there's a father to provide. If there's no father to provide, now you're messing up the completeness. And I spoke about that earlier. The completeness of the man and the woman, the cycle, not the ecosystem, the family cycle. The togetherness of a man and a woman, that's going to make it complete. And when he comes back, he helped guard. So he does everything in his power to keep the baby safe. Now, if she's messed up and chemically imbalanced, there's not a, when you're balanced, you're perfect. The imbalance is the distortion of perfectness. So you got to figure out what is wrong. Do she need more vitamins? Do she need more water? Do she need all the substance that's going to help the baby? What does she need? Or do she just need to, now what the man, if he's protecting and providing, he's protecting her with stress. Excuse me. The stress, her pH balance is stress. And if she have a high altitude of stress, this baby is going to have a high altitude of some problematic symptoms they should never have. So that's why it's important for the mother and father to be one and in completeness when they're having a baby. So now when we think about the man and woman, remember, the only thing that the world has ever shown us is a man and a woman, the male and female part. The male, female part, there's always has to be an insertion into the whole. Don't matter how we look at it. There's always an insertion. Everything that is put together. My charger, it's a male and female part. There's a hole, there's the inserter. You have to put it in the hole. That's the male and female. Nothing sexual, there's nothing nasty, and there's nothing graphic about the male and female part. I don't care how you want to look at it. That's your mind. There's nothing wrong with the male and female. The male and female naturally have to go together. So for that baby and woman, that man and woman to have a baby, he has to take his tool, his organ he have, and put it into her organ, the male and female part. No ifs, ands, or buts. You can save because even if they take the insemination of his seed, his sperm, inject it, they have to use an object that's fitting still to look as a man organ. Don't matter how you look at it. It has to be an insertion through a certain type of tool. His tool. And it's his penis and her to her vagina. Through her uterus, cervix, her fallopian tubes, down into where the ovaries at, and they have to get inseminated by the sperm. So that's his seed. And it has to travel. Not all the thousands of sperms make it. Only a few. And that's all is needed. And once he do that, they start the baby process. So what we else don't think about, since we have the ma and the fa, if you think about the matriarch and the patriarch, what we have done and what we have allowed, we allowed the patriarch think they can stand on their own without the matriarch. We took away fairness from the matriarch, the woman, and the patriarch, the man. We made him so great. The man was never supposed to be more than the woman. It's supposed to be fair, equal. When we took that away, we took away the completeness of man and woman. And if you take away the completeness of man and woman, you're going to get a lot of war, destruction, and the three evils of the world is war, racism, and poverty. Because woman, there should never be a impoverished child because there's a nurturer. So we destroyed the steady foundation and design. The design of a woman was supposed to be nurturing, loving, and caring. The design of a man is supposed to be strength, provide, and discipline, structure. Strength to provide and discipline, nurturing, kind, and caring. That's what make up a maternal, and that's what make up his of who he is. I'm gonna call it maternal because for the man we don't have the name. If we do, put it in the comment section. What is the name of the man? The woman is maternal, and the man is what's the name? We do not use the word. I'm going to explain why not to use the word masculine and feminine no more. Always had beef with this because we got to think about now which part was trans. So trans basically is you telling me I'm a man, right? Because remember, trans, the switch, the add and put back and tell me that's what it truly is. You telling me I'm a man. Then you tell me I'm not a man. Then tell me why I'm not acting as a man. But you telling me I'm not a man. But then at the same time, again, you tell me I'm a man. And then tell me now to be a man. Impossible. That is truly impossible by any being on this earth to be told one thing, told two different things that contradicts those other things, then tell you originally you're back to the original, that you now a man. That's a trans. That's a matrix. That's why we use the red blue pill, and they came up with the pink pill and the red pill. The original, the red and blue pill, the pink pill and the other types of pills, whatever pills you have out there. I don't know how they, because you got to think they need the split, they need the division, and they need to separate and divide the man and woman. The original design, nurturing, loving, and caring. It's maternal. The nurturing, loving, and caring maternal, discipline, provide, protect is the man. And if when you get that and put that together, that's complete. And what they did to not complete it, they use three. They say three onto one. Three onto one, man and woman, three onto one. Why we always do the hand, the praying hands? Because it's three onto one. The two extra don't has a lot of power in it, but you need three. They know the main focus is three. The two extra just helps out because it completes the cycle, and then we need the praying hands. The two is only to complete the cycle. To add on the last two to help. That's when the family and the village get involved. That's the other two, family and the village. But the original and what we need first is the man and the woman. The kindness, the nurturing, and nurturing, and love, the discipline, the protection, and provide become one unto each other. I am a whole man. I am perfect. And to complete our perfectness in the family and the village, we need to pray in hands. And that's why we use the three lines for the Illuminatis. They stole the understanding of man and woman. Thank you. That's the understanding that you don't get. Illuminati is not bad. Illuminati means children of the light. Don't forget about that. That's there. Don't forget there's a mafia. Don't forget 50 years ago, we call it another name. Don't forget 100 years ago, we called it another name. Don't forget another 100. We call it a different name every year. Don't forget this. Every 100 years. That's why we using the word 20th. Every century, there's going to be a change. We're getting ready for the 20th century. In the year 2100, there's going to be that's a new century. Right now, we're in 2019. We're about to hit 2050 very soon. Now in 2100, we be in a new century. We're going to be in the 21st century. I only use the century. We're in the 20th because we in year 2019. So 20. So if it was 2000, 200, we hit the 20th century in 2000. The 21st century is in the year 2100, 01, 02, 20. So in the year 2119, we're going to have a new name for the Illuminati and our Christianity, our religions. They're going to be a whole new name because what we outlawed back then as evil and demonic, guess what we did? We changed the name. Capitalism kicked more in, and now they was able to tax us. We used the law because they found a way to take the spirit from our soul. We signed a contract. We wanted judges long ago, but they had to find a way to keep manipulating us, to tricking us. Come on, keep walking with me. Take the journey. Do the research with me. You got to do the research and the journey with me. If you don't do the research and the journey with me, you're not going to understand what I'm saying. You might understand on a basic natural level what I just said with the man and the woman. with the 3 lines is Illuminati, the children of the light. It's going to change the name in the year 2050. Because remember, it was 50 years ago, we didn't celebrate holidays. So, and they needed that in religion. They had to implant it in religion that Easter and Christmas was about Jesus. G, us, me and you. G's, us, God, the G, the letter G. And the J was non-existent. There was no letter J. So how would you, so they had to change the letter to make it sound as our creator. We are the gods. We are not the throne, but we are the image. I explained it earlier with the seed. We are the seed, the mother and the father. The father has the seed. We are the image of when the child take on a mother, she give her essence, some of her spirituality, her soul, her mentality, everything goes to that child. That's why it's king. So it's almost a mother. Whilst the baby is incubated, you have to incubate the mother in the home. That's why your home, that's why I say negative and positive. See, if you walking with me, you will understand. You got to walk with me. You can't be against me to get understanding. When I learned Christianity, I was not against Christianity to understand. I was doing all the workings within Christianity to understand the religion. That's how I'm able to say the man and the woman. But you're going to have the other people that's out there. They're going to walk in the religion. They're not going to walk in the spirit. The Shola Shal, they're going to talk in tongues. The Shola Shal, I'm able to decipher the tongues. Give me a little while in my spirit. Your spirit is going to decipher these tongues because these tongues were part of us. And we passing it down, but it's weakened. In a minute, you're not going to be able to talk tongues because we're going to be so weak in the spirit won't be able to reach us. We're going to be, so with me to intervener, they sent me a seer, an observer. I don't want to give myself any of those names because I don't want to be a prophet because I'm not here to take your money. You spell witch. I'm not here for a witch. I don't have a craft. I'm coming at you with full honesty of what I'm saying. And what the spirit has given me, why we do have a spirit here still. I'm trying to get you to get back to the spirit so we can build the spirit back up. But you have to build up yourself first. If you want to see change, you want to see everything stop. If you want to control, you got to be positive. It has to be in you first. You can control everything that's positive around you. That's why that woman needs that house to be good. If that house is not good, that man is not protecting or providing, you're going to have a lot of problems in the community, unity, the I, it, unit, us, community. It's going to be it's going to be divided and separated. And so the man and the woman, now this is the part is going to eat away a lot of people. This is where the trans come in. The confusion part, that's what I was looking for. The trans part is to confuse you now. Because remember, it's the mother and no, before I get to that, the mother and the father. I'll explain that. Now we got the matriarch and patriarch. The patriarch is for the man, the pa, the fa. Do, re, mi, pa, fa, la, li, ya. Why you think we're using that? Why you think that those fa, pa, ma, semper fi? Always faithful. Faith. Think about it. Strength, strong. I'm saying them for a reason. Ma, mother, matri. Pa, faith. Patriarch. Patriarch is the man side. The matriarch is the woman side. The matriarch is the match. The woman has to find her match so she can begin her journey. So to have a baby, so she can. The woman, if the woman don't know her power, so when the woman, that's what I was trying to tell my lady associate friend, I can see her as my wife because there's no destiny soulmate person to me. We can be compatible and we can be comparable. Man and woman are fully comparable and compatible. As long as my tool can go inside her tool, I am compatible with her. There's no anything else that's up to us to make the true or the truth. It's up to me and her, the man and the woman, the ma and the pa, the ma and the fa, the matri, the patri. And I'm going to tell you the Masc. in the film how that is backwards. That's a trans. So the patriarch and matriarch, the patriarch is for the man. The matriarch is for the woman, the mother. Let's go with the woman first again. I keep using woman first because to me, the woman was created first. What came first? The egg before the chicken. The chicken came first. The woman came first before the man. So even if we use the analogy, the man, even if I use the man rib was missing and the woman was the completeness. If I use the woman came first, she birthed the man for completeness. Everything happens, it's birthed. We birthed the new nation. We birthed the destruction. We birthed the completeness. The completeness of the family is once the woman have that child. Till that child is born, the family is not complete. You still can be a family, and the mother and father can be as great. And there's other reasons you can do, and I'm not going to get into it. If you cannot physically and naturally have a baby, you need to check your pH balance. That's all you need to check. See your health. Look into your health. Every man and woman should be able to have at least one child. One child. We are designed to be fruitful and to be multiplied. We are designed to be fruitful, naturally designed to be fruitful and multiply. Every man and woman should be able to create. If you cannot create one child, forget the stories in any literature. That's BS. That's garbage. You have to check your pH balance. You don't have to keep praying about it. We already gave us, remember, he gave us the power already. The creator gave us the Almighty, the Father, and the Mother gave us the power already to create life. We have to access it, activate it, and apply it. We have it. We just got to go seek it out. Seek and you shall find. If you're not seeking, you won't find. So just as the man supposed to seek out the woman, he will not find unless he seek. And that woman has to receive. So even in receiving, you have to be able to seek. He can walk towards you, but you have to seek him out before he walks towards you. So that's another thing that they destroyed. They destroyed the understanding of the man and woman process of man meeting woman and woman meeting man. The woman is seeking out that man as well. So that's the case. If a woman don't seek the man, how the hell women, I'm going to say hell in this case, how the hell are the women going to school for 8 years? They seeking out an education or a higher learning institutionalized degree. And you telling me that take 8 years, but you won't take no time to show the man interest unless I learned this. Or when a woman admires a man, he has to do nothing to get her. When she fond of him, he does nothing. So I'm going to say this, and you can take it or leave it. If you have a child and he's a son, and I'm going to keep reiterating because a wise man and even wise women, especially the women told me this first, and I keep hearing it. I'm going to keep using it because I'm going to listen to my matriarch. I'm going to listen to my mother because I know the strength of the woman when she's speaking in her right mind. And she's not just emotional and using her feelings. A woman have told me, and a man, but the women have told me, her nephew came up to her, her son came up to her and said he asked the young lady out that he seen for a while. She turned him down, no. So what she said, she told him to, you asked her out. He said, yes. You did everything you could. He said, yes. At one time is all you need. You don't need multiple times. Because any woman would tell you, and I even the woman that used backwards logic on this, that say the man should still be, you never know. I'm not going to allow him to shut down. He should be more persistent. No, he shouldn't. The times we are in, if a woman say no, you walk away and say, thank you for your time. And I will still incite the word as I still trust in that I thought she was. Thank you, beautiful, for your time. Teach your son this, and he should walk away from her. If she say no the first time, there's no more hard to get and playing games. We're not in the era to do that. He don't have enough time on this earth to keep going after a woman that don't want him. The old days, maybe, but we got to remember those same women that had children, those same men that had sons and daughters had children. We got to remember that they had children. But I would never tell my son to keep talking to a woman after she shut him down 1, 2, and 3 times. No, you move on. Because if you look down the line, keep going forward, progressing forward. She was the one stop. If she was not going to begin the life of your completeness with you, you stop. You leave her alone. You keep transport. You keep conveying your search further. Just like if I'm going to gain knowledge, I can't stop at this dictionary. There's an almanac, there's an encyclopedia, and there's other books I can read. I'm not supposed to stop at the dictionary to understand language and translation and what the defined meaning of a word is. Am I correct? I'm supposed to keep moving forward. Think about this. He has to keep moving forward. You can't incite him to stop at one spot and to keep trying to work what's not working. If she say no, she mean no. Let her say no and keep moving. This would help too with understanding how not to your son to become a rapist, to become a pervert, to become a stalker. See, if you build up in him things that'll keep him strong, he won't be weakened by the demise of the things that'll make him weak. If you build up in the things that'll keep him strong, he won't be corrupted and put down. He won't be able to sit in. He won't be able to be shut out of the things that will make him weak, because he's on a progress in the process of moving forward at all time. You gain knowledge. You don't stop at knowledge. You acknowledge that I have to acknowledge this is not my right approach. So the next woman he meet, just like as if you was in a relationship, if it didn't work with her, she didn't make you better and you didn't make her better. You was doing what was needed for that relationship. But if it comes an opportunity, a chance again to show that I have love, which I'm just told I didn't have love, the next woman will see my love, because it's not going to take a lot for me to enter into her eyes, into her alignment, her beginning, her perfectness, her completeness of who she is. It don't take a lot, because I'm supposed to fit right in. I am working on the inside of me, not working on the outside, the negative. I am positive. I can control. So long as I progress, move forward, I don't have to worry about this rejection or letdown, because she was just along my journey. She is not my completion. Sorry about that. I got a phone call. So I don't need no. So along my way, if I'm on my journey, that will be an interjection, because she didn't reject me. She interjected you. Enter into you. So do not take that as a personal letdown. So at the same time, I'm here to define you that you don't want to take on what she has. If you stop and you give that power of her rejection, it's an interjection, because you're going on a journey to progress, to move forward. You're entering more. You going forward. You want to enter into better. She's not your better. Think about that. For the young men, if you want to teach your sons and how to approach women, when he get rejection and interjection, his life is supposed to continue. He's got to complete. He's not complete. He's perfect because he's whole. He don't allow what's not for him to make him hurt. That's the resolution of resolve or hurt. I won't be hurt because you showed me you're not for me. I'm not for you, because the man that's for you don't have to work. The man that's for that woman do not work hard at all. He's going to do things that is going to fit right in for her. Now, if a woman going to say she's not going to raise a man, but I never had the experience of after 1 year after being with a woman. And if she's saying I don't know some things, now women, you have to think about this. Are you not a nurturer? If you're not a woman and a nurturer, you should not be in a relationship. That's why we have so many mental illnesses in a relationship. We think we have to argue. No, you don't. We're destroying the mother and the father, the patriarch, the completeness of man and woman. And to understand, before I get on this, masculine and feminine. Now, this is the rebuttal and the confusion that we have. So walk with me and talk to me. Put some comments in the comment section. Let's discuss this. Let's get the blogs going. Let's get the forums going. Let's seek out the all truth. If mother and father, the matri, the patri, the ma, the pa or the fa, the ma, if that, the mother, the matri, and the ma is mother. If the fa, the father, the patri is the man, how is masc and fem, the masc is the man, but isn't that the ma? M-A-S, mass, man, masculinity. But the ma in a matriarch is the woman. The femininity, the fa, the fi, the fa, the pa is the man. But that's femininity. That is so confusing. And and the reason I'm able to do this, and I'm happy I'm talking to this lady now, I get to talk to her. I'm happy I get to talk to her. You know why? Because I asked her to think about this. Now I asked her to think about this truly and solely. Think about what the masculine and feminine is. But let's do this. I want to do this one more time. Don't keep doing it. I don't want to be confused. Help me. Please help me understand this. Where can I look up more? Now, this is where my people that study, they kick in and they're my spark. We are ignition and sparks to each other. I need to be lit. I need to be set on fire. I need to go seek out the information so I'm not confused anymore. I don't want to be confused. Here we go again. The ma, the matri, the mother is supposed to be feminine, but mass is M-A, mask, the ma is masculine. I'm not playing with the words. I'm going with the spelling of the words, just as you are. I'm not playing with it. I'm asking you, how was that? The fa, the fi, the fe, the pa, the patriarch is those words, and it's supposed to be masculine, but it aligns with feminine, fi. Why is that? So if we have to reverse, is masculine. That's why I wanted to, before I do the gay propaganda, I wanted to do this video. So is masculine wrong and is feminine wrong? Do we supposed to switch sides? So is masculine for the mother and feminine for the man? Because in perfect completeness, a man will not be masculine anymore. He's going to be strong and providing. Maybe that's the understanding. Because he's got to see what the woman see now. And when we switch it, the woman needs to be a little bit masculine because she has to see what the man see now. Or is it all an illusion to the conclusion that we have been incited the words wrong? That's why we have so much homosexuality now. What I say unto all, what I say unto one, I say unto all. This is your path. This is your journey. It's your choice. Choose wisely. Please talk to me on this. So now that you see why I wrote what I wrote, we got the ma, the mother, the matri, and we have feminine. We have the pa, the fa, the father, and even in the female. But that goes with the fem. In the male, there's the mass with them. See how it's so intricate. We have to be careful on how they send out understanding to all of us. And that's what I'm trying to understand. Is masculine and feminine wrong? Or is we using the wrong words? Are we using the wrong translation, the language and understanding? Which is wrong? Which should we truly be using? I need us to understand. So help me out on this journey, on this walk, so we can get everything correct. So we can stop all this fighting and bickering we're doing. Instead, let's seek for understanding for one another. So to my men and women, I hope we start coming more into an understanding as we Black community build. Black community building is building a community for our children now and for the future. The 18 and 19 and 20-year-olds are redeemable, but our 8, 9, and 10-year-olds, they are still be able to guide them. I'm going to use the word quote unquote, they're teachable. And so now if we can do that, we can have the best for them. So they don't have to be as we are. We can come to an understanding and we can come to completeness as man and woman as one. Shalom.